It's week 4, your first 6 weeks in real estate. You're probably thinking, Carrie, I'm here, I made it. Still, maybe you're trying to figure it out, whether you're part-time some of the time. I'm going to go with you're either dual career or a full-time real estate agent. So week 3, we could do a quick recap, but I'm going to push you to go back to week 3. If you already haven't done that, go back and watch this video. Some things you need to remember: in every week in real estate, you should always be adding people to your database. Now, you could easily invest in a client relationship management tool if you are in my market, Illinois, and even Florida. So I'm with MRED here in Illinois, Stellar MLS in Florida. You could add people to your database there, or you could just go traditional, old school, a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet. You need to be adding people to your database every single week. Now, we could say every single day. I'm keeping it very simple for many of you. Now, I'm going to start with Sunday. I have already mentioned this. I need you to go look at and preview new construction. Now, let me give you a tip about new construction. Now, my first property that I purchased back in 1997 was new construction. And I actually worked for the builder, and working for the builder was kind of cool because I got to see like all of, what was happening, how the process worked, when they dug a hole, because I was driving the community all the time because I bought and because I worked there on the weekend. On Saturdays and Sundays is typically when I work, but I got to see the full process. And so let me say this: if I can convince you to go look at new construction, go with the eyes of a buyer, and then think about it as a real estate agent. As a buyer, ask questions, figure out what you could do or what you shouldn't do, and then also get the package, like the folder, because you're going to get the layout of the subdivision. You're going to get all of what the upgrades are, maybe what's included when someone purchases, and you'll get all of the names of the models and the layouts. Because as a real estate agent, eventually when that subdivision is finished, you can then market to that subdivision. So that's just a bonus tip. Now on Mondays, I want you to start, really focusing on creating a comparative market analysis. If you haven't taken that class with your association or your brokerage or the multiple listing service, I need you to do that. This week, I want you to go to a lunch and learn. Now, I am all for coffee learning in the morning, evening learning, because I hate breaking up the middle of my day. But if it weren't for Women's Council of Realtors, lunch and learns, when I first got involved in Women's Council back in like 2012, there are some people that I may not have met. So I'm going to say, if you can find a lunch and learn from a lender, maybe an attorney, maybe an inspector, maybe a builder, I want you to go show up, even if the lunch and learn is with a different brokerage. Now, I'm just going to tell you, they might try to recruit you, but there is value in networking. So CMA on Monday, and go look for a lunch and learn and sign up if you can find one. Now, by Tuesday, this is the week of the client relationship management tool. Take that CMA class. If you haven't taken RPR, which is Realtors Property Resource, take that class as well. You can create a market analysis in your MLS, Realtors Property Resource. You can create one in Remine. You can create one in Realist. You could create your own in Microsoft Excel if you can download the information. I want you to take those 2 classes this week. And then I want you to learn how to, I almost said master your tax system. In Illinois, we get Remine and Realist. And then we get our Connect MLS version. In Florida, we get Remine and Realist. And then we also get, we have a version of taxes that's just through the multiple listing service. So I want you to go learn how to use the tax system. And let's say it's Remine in our multiple listing service. And I think in Florida, we have the tax system, and then you can learn how to prospect, and then you have commercial, and then you have like Remine Advanced. I want you to just learn the tax portion. And when I say tax, it could be that you're learning how to create a CMA. It could be that you're learning how to find the tax information, history about the property, when the last time the property was purchased, is the property in pre-foreclosure. You get all of that in the basic tax class. And that's with Realist or with Remine. And then even with RPR, because you can get tax information from RPR. Write this down. Carrie said, go research the assessor information. I live in DuPage County here in Illinois, and we get tax information. We're actually taxed based on the township, so Wayne Township. So it's different than living in Cook County. So some of you need to go do that research. Where is your tax body coming from? And then, or tax information being pulled from. And then so there you go. So that's Tuesday. CMAs, RPR, realist, Remind tax system, and then go research your assessor information. Now, day 3, that's when you should be attending a lunch and learn. Now, if you couldn't find one, this is when you're going to continue taking classes. This is when you're going to go look up Women's Council of Realtors, go look up the Alliance, go look up ARIA, go look up NAREB, Realtist. Go look up, I think it's ASARP. I'm learning the Asian organization. Like there's all these different organizations where you can find a lunch and learn. Ask your loan officers. If you don't have one, go make a post on Facebook today. Hey, I'm a real estate agent looking for a lunch and learn. Who has one? I'm sure someone's going to comment. So that's Wednesday. Now, Thursday, you've created your market analysis. I want you to review the market analysis. And then what I want you to do is actually review it with someone else. Now, let me say you could easily on Thursday have created your market analysis for the neighbor, like my neighbor next door, or for my own property. And then I go over the comparative market analysis or computerized market analysis with my husband. So these are things you can do to practice. And don't feel like you have to be perfect. Just go through the market analysis. If you're using tools like Cloud CMA through your multiple listing service, you get a full CMA from what's in the CMA. Here are the comparables. Here are you actually get a page for every comparable. You will get, tips on what the seller could be hiding in it, tips about the inspection, preparing to move. Like you will get all of these different pages in your CMA. Just go through all of them. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So you can practice with your broker. If you're in Illinois, you're a managing broker. You could practice with a friend. You could practice with a neighbor. You could practice with your spouse, your parents. Go find someone to create a CMA for. And it could be a rental, and it could be for sale. It could even be for commercial. Friday, social media day. This is where I want you to really be intentional about looking at social media. Now I'm going to say, I was having a conversation with one of the agents in my office, and we have a new agent. One of our kids is a real estate agent now, and she was like, you know what? I need branding. And I was like, no, you don't. You just need to learn the business. And then when I was talking to the agent in my office, June was like, yeah, Carrie, you do need branding. And I'm like, convince me. And she was like, wouldn't it be better to just right out the gate have professional photos and have a great brand on social media? And I said, well, maybe, but I want you to be proficient as well. So I could go back and forth on, I want you to learn the business and building a brand. And if you're like, Carrie, I don't have the money to build a brand, I need you to save about $250 so you can go take a few photos, like do a photo shoot. 500 would probably be better. There's some people out there that do specials all the time. Follow me on Instagram and you'll get to see when I post. Yeah, follow me on social media. So I want you to do research. I want you to look at other agents' content. Go use hashtag realtor, hashtag real estate agent tips, hashtag top producing agent, hashtag Chicago Realtor, hashtag suburban Realtor. Go put in the areas you work in and see what other agents are doing, and is it working? And then I want to remind you, you could use tools like houselogic.com/members to get content. I want you to start, watching what other agents do. You don't have to copy, cut, and paste, but look to see what's working for them. Look to see what content is working. Now we're back to Saturday. And, I'm all for, you got to go back outside. So have you scheduled some showings this week? Are you working with a client by now? By now, you should have convinced someone to work with you. I'm telling you, I called all my friends before I got my license, and like 2 of them were willing to let me help them, even though I wasn't proficient. But I talked to my managing broker all the time. So see if you can show homes or even go look at open houses. And then I'm going to say, take a break the next day. Take a break. You need a break. You need to take a break. There you have it. I have given you Sunday through Saturday. I want you to get to work. You can do this. Now, let me find my phone. Let me read this to all of you. So I was having, I do coaching calls with the agents in my office. And I actually sent this to one of our kids. Let me find it so I can read it to you. And here it is. And this is another trainer that does a lot of cold calling. Go follow him, Ricky Caruth, on social media. I'm not a cold caller, but everything works. I need you to take a deep breath, but I want you to hear what he said in a chat. I'm going to read it verbatim. I see the same story play over and over again with the future top producers. Believe it or not, the first 6 months of a top producer and a low producer look almost identical. Let that sink in. They work their ass off. I don't really cuss, but here we go. You need the effect. They work their ass off for $0. The low producers quit doing the work, and the future top producers continue crushing the most productive activities, talking to prospects and building a brand. You actually still have to talk to people, although I know social media can work, until the cows come home, only to end up crushing it if only the lower producers never quit. So I've given you your first 4 weeks in real estate, and I need you to not quit. I need you to text a few people today. I need you to email a few people. I need you to call a few people that you already know, put them in your database, and keep showing up to learn. Ask for the business. Do the work, ask for the business. Do the work, ask for the business. Do the work, follow up, ask for the business. So I'm Carrie Little, the designated managing broker of CarMarc Realty Group in Illinois and the broker owner of CarMarc in Florida or Central Florida. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. And if you want to go back and watch the other episodes of your first 6 weeks in real estate, go here. And I want you to always learn to earn with me on YouTube. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to my YouTube channel and keep learning with me.